All right, folks, friends, and neighbors, Guthrie Trapp here, coming to you from my house in East Nashville, Tennessee. Thanks for sticking with me and being a part of this YouTube channel, trying to keep it going. This couple licks, as I always say, no extra charge for mistakes. Always just kind of improvising here as we do. This is the very first guitar that my parents ever bought me. I think it was for my 10th birthday. It came from Gruen Guitars right here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a 1960, I believe, Fender Music Master. And I played this guitar quite a bit when I was a kid, and I finally got Joe Glazer to kind of redo it for me. I need to get it painted, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I haven't picked it up in a long time, and I was playing it with the pick there, and my fingernails are getting kind of long. Some questions people have been asking, I'll jump right in here. Some questions people have been asking about fingernails and double stops and all that kind of stuff. I use my natural nails. I let them get kind of long, and then inevitably they will break on a gig. If you're really getting after it, they'll rip off, and you just gotta wait for them to grow back. I like natural fingernails. A lot of people use fake nails. I do not necessarily, and a matter of fact, I've never even tried them, so I can't even give you an honest answer. But I've always liked the natural nail, and most people that I know do, unless you're really into finger picking and stuff. A couple things I wanted to show you. I might grab this other guitar here, actually now real quick, and switch over to the Floyd here. I've been playing quite a bit. It does need a little bit of love. I haven't taken it out to a gig yet. It needs a little intonation and a little bit of love as far as the setup goes. And so I want to talk a little bit. I'm going to give you a couple things here. I want to give you again another really good exercise to start thinking about playing over the chord changes. And what I'm going to suggest is, as you're learning the cage system, take these 5 shapes and just work within a shape. Like if here's my A chord, E shape. I'm not perfectly in tune. And then, so here's my A, here's my D, here's my E, here's my A. And within that, just that section right there, just take that and look at the triads. I'm moving around a little bit, but mainly stay right in one of those sections. And so I think this is really going to help a lot of people that are struggling to get what I'm saying by playing out of the chord shape. Because it's not just about grabbing the big chord and you go, oh, what do I do now? No, it's like it's really getting inside of it. And so if I take the next triad, I'm looking at this. Excuse me. Man, I'm struggling with allergies big time. So sorry. So getting back to this, you can tell my voice is just hoarse and raspy. It's just crazy. I'm so sorry. And so, yeah, that's what makes this so real, right? No editing or anything. Just here's what you get. But getting back to this, I'm looking at these triads, and I'm looking at, like I said, just take these sections, because you don't want to be jumping from, this A down to this D and then up to this E. You want to keep these melodies really connected and sounding like they are telling a story and making music. So we don't want to be jumping from like way up here, that just doesn't make any sense, because it's not cohesive and it's not it doesn't flow, right? So we want to be able to flow. We want to keep these melody notes close to the chord intervals, because that's what sounds good to us. And so if I go to this next little interval here, this triad, right, there's my A, there's my D. So we're literally using the scale and the information around these chords. The chord is the foundation, the arpeggio is the first level of framework, the pentatonic is the next, and then the scale is the next. They're sequential in outlining these chords. And so with these little exercises, all this stuff is staying very connected, right? Any kind of little, even this kind of stuff, So we really want to get inside those intervals. If you go up to this one, so there's my A, there's my D, there's my E, or here. So we're looking at A7, walks right down to D. I'm running through a lot of stuff here, but you get the idea. But those little exercises, just staying in one spot. Just really getting inside there, right? And so that's something to think about. The other thing I wanted to go over with you here that's very important, and I see a lot of guys kind of, maybe not giving this the attention that I think it deserves, is bending in tune. And so let's get to like A7. Those bends. And so if I'm bending, here's a rule, and I know I've gone over this before, but it's really helpful. If I'm bending, I'm always going to have two fingers behind the ring finger that I'm bending with. And these are kind of married together at that point. They're joining down here, and they're creating a powerful mechanism there, right? So I don't have any control or any power if I was to just try to bend like that. I mean, that's just impossible. So I gotta lock these other fingers in behind it. Now I will bend down with the first finger. Sometimes, not a lot. But that being said, okay, so the way that I like to practice and get people practicing bending in tune is this. If I'm bending from this A7 up to the tonic, I want to fret that note I'm bending to, and then get that in my head, and then. You know, right? You know, so you're getting that tonality in your head and then bending up to it. That's really important, especially when you start doing these multiple string bends. You know, I mean, you really got to have that control. So that's a really good thing to practice. Definitely using the reinforcements of your other fingers and then bending up to the notes that you want to bend to, right? So, oh, sorry. I missed that one, but what would that be? Kind of a cool little idea. But anyway, so that kind of stuff is really fun. I just wanted to throw that by as run that by as a couple, you know, just a couple little things. I know this is not like a super in-depth thing. If you do want to take any of these concepts any further and really get into it, I would check out the links below. The Artist Works full curriculum online, where we do video exchanges back and forth, and then also my private Zoom and Skype lessons where you get the full video and it's almost like a mini clinic, you know, and so I can jump into all this stuff. People have been asking about the lessons as far as I've been getting a bunch of emails for lessons, and I really appreciate that. These guys are, it's changing their life because I'm a professional, not a professor, and I'm able to teach concrete ways that me and my peers use to navigate our way through the guitar and the music business and playing music. And I like to get into the true spirit of making music as well. And so I'm not throwing you a bunch of theory and a lot of complicated stuff. I like to get into the engine room, into the chord shapes, into what really, you know, the 4 different sounds that I like to talk about, major, minor, dominant 7, major 7, getting those under our belt and in our ear. And so, yeah, check out that stuff. If you want to do a lesson, I tailor it to what you want to do, and then I throw in some of my fundamentals and stuff that I think are really important that changed my life when I was a kid. So, with that being said, a lot of other people have been wanting to hear the back pickup of this Floyd. I'm not, like I said, not perfectly in tune here. That's kind of what this sounds like here, the old Floyd. Let's give it a little chicken picking. But yeah, definitely check out the links below. Check out the tip jug if you want to help with that cause a little bit. And then just thanks for the support, trying to grow the channel and figure out what the next chapter of the music business is going to look like. You know, I'm 42 now, and so who knows what's going to happen in the next 20 years. So it's been great so far. Not to talk too much, but I do want to say that I'm really excited about this week. There's a lot of sessions, a lot of lessons, a lot of live gigs. And then this weekend, I rehearse with Billy Gibbons on Saturday and do the show with him on Sunday. So I'm stoked about that. So thanks a bunch, friends. We'll see you later. to charge for mistakes. See you guys soon. Thanks a bunch. All right, bye.